Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't wanna miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats, you know that we gotta run it back. Whether on the field or the court, you know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.
All right, welcome back to another edition of Live Wire Sports Media. This is your Cool Down Thursday edition, and all things, everything Indiana Fever. So, day 4, training camp. A lot to take from in a short time. Now, we already know that Damaris Johnson hasn't been with the team for the last few days due to personal reasons. Hope she gets well. Now, Stephanie White did talk about today about the game, what she expected, how much Caitlin Clark would play on on Saturday, and then because they are playing a back-to-back, and she wants her to be ready to go on Sunday against the Brazilian national team because it is at Carver, and it's her old stomping grounds of Iowa. Now, Scott Agnes did talk about Damaris Johnson along with Chloe Peterson as well. And there was certain things inside the practice training camp today that they was working on, like out of bounds play, sets, how to position certain things. So Stephanie White did allude to that on Saturday's game. There's going to be a lot of players playing in and out. Some of the starters might not get a lot of playing time. Depends on who the starters are. So you're going to see a lot of different players play. And they are playing the Washington Mystics. So you probably might get to see a little matchup between Lucy Olsen and Caitlin Clark. That should be fun in itself. But don't expect Caitlin Clark to play a lot of minutes in that game. Don't even expect Aaliyah Boston to play a lot of minutes in that game. Don't even expect Juwana Bonner playing a lot of minutes in this game, to be honest with you. So, without further ado, let me roll this footage for y'all.
Hello again, everybody. Welcome inside Cambridge Fieldhouse. It's day 4 of Indiana Fever training camp. I'm Scott Agnes of FieldhouseFiles.com. Appreciate you joining me for complete coverage of this Indiana Fever team. Well, today, for the final 20 minutes or so of training camp, we were able to get in there and see a little bit of work. A portion of practice was spent on sideline out of bounds, baseline out of bounds, end of game situation. They plugged and played so many different players as they continue to find the right combinations, find the groups that work. And heading into this weekend, there's 2 preseason games right here coming up Saturday afternoon and then Sunday at the University of Iowa. So I was asking head coach Stephanie White about that plans already for this weekend and what she anticipates it being like for Caitlin Clark to return to her alma mater, a game that's sold out in like 42 minutes. I will be there with complete coverage for you. But on top of that, so much of this week has to be condensed and maximized because there's not much time to work with leading into those preseason games. There's 15 players. There's really just 11 roster spots for this Fever team to begin this season. Now, Damaris Johnson has missed the last couple days. We're told it's due to personal reasons. Unclear when she will be back. But leading into Saturday, I think you'll see a number of players. A lot of players get opportunities from the rookies to the core players, but presumably you're not going to see, I think, Caitlin and some of the starters too much on Saturday because you have that special game where Caitlin is showcased Sunday afternoon at the University of Iowa. It's a game that's broadcast on national TV on ESPN. And so a lot of what these games will be about are first allowing that starting group to get game reps facing a true defense, but then also seeing what the back of the roster can do, especially those rookies, as they have to make some roster cuts leading into May 15th is the deadline for opening day rosters to be set. So that gives the front office and this coaching staff lots to think about in the meantime. That being like for both Caitlin and for the entire franchise.
I anticipate it being a little crazy. I think it's going to be exciting. I don't know. Back in the day when I was playing here, we played an exhibition at Purdue. And I remember it was so cool for me to be able to play for the Fever in Mackey Arena. And I can imagine it's going to be equally as cool for Caitlin to go back and play an exhibition, in Iowa City and in front of her Hawkeye fans. I didn't know there's no air conditioning. So we're going to have to work through that and make sure that we stay hydrated. But what an experience for those fans who might not be able to make it to any of our WNBA cities, to be able to watch our team, obviously to be able to support Caitlin, but to be able to watch our team and see them up close. It is back to back. And so we also have to make sure that we're conservative. It's early. So players aren't going to play as many minutes as people want to see them play. We're going to try different combinations. We just really want to get out there and see what it looks like against a different opponent.
No review. No.
Everything that you're doing on the defensive end of the floor and out of bounds play is to keep them from going where they want to go. So you're here. Okay, if she comes over the top, almost like a top block, like we're not letting her where you see. Like she's going to be on that side. We're forcing her to right here. And if she creeps up, let her creep up. Tasha, just stay right there and help us, right? Because that's right now, that's where we want the ball to go. And DB is long and you're long, so that's a really hard pass, right? So we're here, boom. DB, you're up, ready to absorb. We X off. Okay, we're in position. Finish off.
All right, so you got to see sights and sounds of the practice today, and what they're practicing is out of bounds play to deny players the ball, the entry, the ball, force it to go to somebody else that most likely is not going to handle the ball. Take the ball out of your important person's hand. So, and you did get to listen to Stephanie White as she talked about the excitement for Caitlin Clark. Players not going to be able to play as much as possible in the first game, like I alluded to on Saturday, but they definitely will see a lot of Caitlin Clark on Sunday because it is a back-to-back. You don't want to put too much on her early on because they're going to have back-to-back games in the regular season as well. Now, shout out to Scott Agnes. He does a very good job covering the Indiana Fever. It's him and Chloe. So it's my pleasure to be able to allow to bring footage of things that they put out for us to get to see and everything like that. So, and that's my joy. Like I said, it's my joy to be able to continue to bring that to y'all. Now, I don't know if there'll be any more news on Damaris Dantas for the rest of the week because tomorrow is Friday, and hopefully, it's the end of the week, and I will definitely. And Friday will be Freelance Friday for everyone. So yeah. So if you're into freelancing, your thoughts, anything, inspirations, creativity, everything, tomorrow episode, Freelance Friday will be for y'all. So therefore, continue to stay locked in. Livewire Sports. Continue to like, comment, subscribe. This is your Cool Down Thursday edition, and you know what it is.
Hey, so amazing. You see how they playing? Live wire, it's all about sports and entertainment. You don't want to miss it, so official like you never seen. Keep it going till the whistle blowing from the referee. Everything from highlights and stats. You know that we gotta run it back, whether on the field or the court. You know that this is where it's at. Subscribe, no delaying. This is Live Wire, sports and entertainment. Let's go.